Matteo,
Good morning.
thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Let's get into this. Like, who are you? What's your business? What problem do you solve for people?
Yeah.
You're quite young. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Brilliant. And
Yeah.
you're like, is it your first business?
It is my first business, but I found it back in 2021 when I was 18.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, tell us about the business then.
So yeah, basically, my business is called MaWeb Plus, and it's a digital marketing consulting agency on driving schools. I know it's not the best niche, the one that everyone loves.
For which industry, sorry?
Driving schools.
Driving schools.
Yeah.
Niche.
Yeah.
I like
back
it.
in Italy, of course.
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
found
okay.
it. It all came up when I had to look for a driving license, I went on Google, check for what's the best driving school in my town. And the issue is that all the driving schools had no website. And secondly, they were all exactly the same. How can I choose a driving school if they are all the same from the
It's
outside?
so true. It's something I've never thought about ever.
Really?
And it was always one of those things where, like, to choose a driving instructor, it was like word of mouth. It's like, who do you know? Who you drive? Who did you use? Oh no, my driving instructor retired 5 years ago. But you're absolutely right. It's one of those things where you just don't think, like, they all look the same.
Exactly.
They all look the same. They're all uniform. It's like, well, what differentiates you from another? And
Yeah.
yeah. So that was literally
The issue.
what sparked it for you.
Yeah, and I said, people from me, like when I was 18, 19, we have our phone literally on our hands every single day for more than 6-7 hours. If we want a service, we look on Google.
Yeah.
If they are not present there, they are missing something, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, fine, just let me go to the closest driving school, but with this thing in mind, say, oh, let me see if there's what are the other issues into the driving school sector. And then I recognized the learning was super old dated, on the classic whiteboard. This is what you need to study. So then after that, COVID arrived. So immediately after I passed my theory test, COVID arrived, and I said, oh, this is going to make the thing more difficult.
Yeah.
So I got the driving license in the end, and I said, okay, I want to change this sector. I started interviewing the driving schools instructors, the owners, some students like me. And the thing I noticed is that the driving schools didn't notice the issue they were having.
Well, they
didn't
never
know.
do. Like,
Yeah.
These businesses don't recognize it, but when you point it out, I'm pretty sure they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, even though most of them say, oh, just word of mouth is fine for me.
Okay,
I said,
yeah.
look, what if you can have 10 extra students in your town, but just from social media website? So then we're starting to...
We in the UK, we have a lot of driving instructors, especially around sort of COVID time. They were massively oversubscribed. There was like huge waiting lists for driving lessons and things like that. Is that not the same in Italy?
Well, I think the driving license, or so let's say the pathway to get the driving license in Italy and the UK is a bit different.
Okay, right.
In the
okay.
sense that for the theory part, you can do it both from private, so individually with the government, as well as you can subscribe to driving school. You give the document to them. You do all the Zoom classes. You do all
okay.
and then they bring you to the exam.
Oh, I see. Right. So they can almost be like a one-stop shop for getting you on the road, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, we don't have in Italy the thing that here in the UK you can be, let's say, a driving instructor freelance and you can do everything by yourself. In Italy, it's a bit different. Every driving instructor needs to be attached to a driving school, and they need to have all the license. So it's more, there's so much bureaucracy.
Yeah, right, okay.
All behind there.
And you're solving that problem and you're fixing it. So what kind of digital marketing do you do? Is it design?
Yeah, so
all
I
of that,
started in 2021 because, of course, I had no skills. I recognize an issue, but then I said, how do I solve this one? So I started with social media. Classic, making some picture of the student. Yeah. That's a good start, I was still 18, so...
Got to start somewhere, yeah.
Then I started, okay, why don't we do the website with all the information clearly there? Then I passed to CRM. Let's see how many people enter into driving school, how many we convert them. That was good. Then we passed to the TikTok and selling through TikTok.
Right.
So the possibility of, for example, have an ebook for the driving school, the 10 most, mistakes done by students.
Yeah, great.
But sold online as well. And then for what regards the offline marketing as well, they said that the word of mouth is one of their best weapons.
Yeah.
Then let's improve that. QR code around, QR code in the car, survey after they got the driving license, see what to improve.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say that year by year, lesson by lesson and course by course, of course, all I learned was by myself looking online. I was trying to update my service, and as it is now, that's why I call it a consulting and a marketing agency, because I'm managing their communication all of it, like 360 degrees of it.
Amazing. And you're 23 now.
23, yeah.
So I reckon there's quite a few young people who will watch this because they'll be interested in like what people's story is. What have you always been entrepreneurial? Have you like, you know, because obviously starting that business from like 18, like that's a big risk. Like, and I know there's probably quite a little bit of naivety, which is a big theme throughout this podcast. Like, oh, I just went into it without really thinking about it. I just did it and learned along the way. If you were talking to your 18-year-old self again, what would you be telling that 18-year-old self?
I would say find a problem in the market of something that you like or you have a problem and try to solve it. But one thing I always say, even to the student, we say, oh, Matteo, you have a business. That's so good.
Yeah.
I say, don't think that you need to be completely perfect to start. I started with social media on Canva, not even with the pro version. And then step by step, you get, let's say, something back from the market and you can improve. So again, find a problem and try to solve it.
Yeah.
And I think that will really change.
That's a really good lesson, actually, because I think a lot of people do let perfection get in the way of progress. You know, you just need to get going. You need to get started, get some clients, sell yourself, you know, like, you know, put the proposition and don't worry about it being perfect. You're going to make mistakes, aren't you?
Exactly.
Like, and I guess as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, right?
Yeah. But also, the good thing is that if you find a problem that no one has solved so far, even if you make mistake or even if you do one step forward, it's already super good for them because they don't know, or at least they're not aware of literally the potential they can get out of it. You know?
Yeah. It's funny, actually, because we were talking before we went live. The, excuse me, I love Italy. Like, I've got to say, they're some of the worst drivers I've ever experienced in my life. Like literally driving through the center of Naples. It's like everyone's like beeping at each other. They're like crashing into each other. There's like so many dents on the cars. Like, I think they need you. Yeah. I think they definitely need you just purely for that, just to improve the driving standard in Italy. I'm probably offending a lot of people here, but whatever. That was my experience.
Fine. If they hear this podcast, if they see, give me a call and I can try.
Exactly. Don't attack me. Call Matteo. Not my problem. So, how's business going now? Like, what kind of stage are you at with the business now, and what's next?
Yeah. So basically, right now in 2025, I got 4 collaborators working with me because I don't want to hire them.
Yeah.
Because I like to grow all together. You know.
Yeah.
So, and they're all of my age. That's what I would like
fantastic.
to do.
Wow.
The idea and the vision of the business is we are the exact target of the driving schools. So we are the one that should work for them, right?
Yes.
That's the idea. And we are trading right now only in Italy. But since I also got a job here in the UK, still about marketing and stuff, I decided to move the company here in the UK, opening a LTD. Yeah. So the idea is to start trading also in the UK. As I recognize, we said before, I recognize some issues in the UK similar to the one in Italy. So just by adapting the strategy and copy and paste or adapt, let's say what worked in Italy, I can even work in this market.
I'm just thinking then, my mind just like sort of raced in terms of like how you're going to clean up in this country, because I don't know many marketing agencies that like deal with just driving schools. Like I said to you before, a lot of the driving schools previously were quite oversubscribed. They have waiting lists and they're very choosy about their clients and things like that. But I was also just thinking about like the kind of book you could write.
Yeah.
And like the title of that book and like how you like driving leads and all that kind of stuff. I think that's like, I think you're gonna clean up in this country. And like, so if anybody's out there listening to this, like, where can they find you? Like, have you got a website in the UK?
Yeah, I got my website. mywebplus.com is both in English and in Italian, so you can have both versions.
Great.
And even the thing that they are oversubscribed, as you say, most of them, they don't have a personal brand or any online presence.
Yeah.
So if people see, oh look, there's so many reviews, he does the videos while he explains how to, I don't know, move the car here and there, they can even increase their prices.
Yeah.
And here we go, the competition. Everyone would like to go, oh yeah, I want to go for Daniel, the best driving instructor.
You are honestly, you're 100% right. And I think like things like video content, you know, SEO or GEO, generative engine optimization now with like ChatGPT and things like that is going to be a huge opportunity for those driving instructors, because the more competitive it gets, the harder it's going to be to differentiate and distinguish between a good driving instructor and a bad one and getting all that social. So, mate, I wish you all the best of luck with it, because I think it's so niche, it's so cool, and you're so young, and it makes me want to quit. But I think you're going to do really, really well. I get a really good like feeling from you that you're going to do really well, especially in this country. And,
Thank you.
Look, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time, and I really, really appreciate it. And let's stay in touch. Yeah,
Please, yeah.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.